Hey guys, so I'm back. It's been 2 weeks again, and where to begin? So I survived my visit with my in-laws, despite how much I really wanted to scream and rip my hair out. Um, there was an incident involving my brother-in-law where he was spitting at my neighbor's dogs and he was being super rough with the puppy that they brought home and beating my dog with one of his toys, and it was a huge fiasco. But instead of getting mad and going directly to him, which I normally would have done, I ended up seeking out my husband and his mother and talking to them, and we ended up getting everything taken care of. She made him go and apologize to my neighbor, which is something that I wanted him to do, because whether she knew that he was doing this or not, it was inappropriate. And I mean, I don't care who you are. You don't spit at another person's dogs just because they're outside barking. I mean, dogs bark. That's what they do. So we did take care of that, and he did apologize for hurting my dog and hitting him with his toy, which I definitely appreciated that, because, that morning my little puppy Axel woke up with a limp in his bad knee. So for the fact that he grabbed the little toy and yanked them both up by their jaws, because they're holding onto this toy and both puppies are hanging, and then he drops them, and it's like, that could have cost me a vet bill. And I definitely don't think he had the money to pay for that vet bill. And he also apologized for hitting my dog too, and he told me that his punishment was to not have any contact with my dog for the rest of the time that they were going to be staying with us. And it's like, that sounds fair. I can live with this. And so yeah, that's how my visit went with them. And it was rocky, up and down, but I survived. Things got better. I was very surprised there at the end, though, with my brother-in-law. I can't believe he really did that. But I am glad that I was able to talk to his mother and my husband and get them to hear me out, despite how angry I was. And we were able to rectify the problem and take care of everything, which made me feel a lot better. And it's getting me to see that if I want to make some sort of progress like that with my in-laws, that if I have an issue with my brother-in-law, that I need to go and seek out my mother-in-law or father-in-law, depending on, who's around, and just talk to them, because it's definitely, I can understand why they felt better with me talking to them first, because that's how I ended up feeling, because my brother-in-law explained to me the reason he hit my dog with the toy is because he claims my dog bit him. Now, for those who do know my puppy, he's a big toy hog, and he's very mouthy. If you take too long with a toy, he will grab at your hand, and it seems like he's biting you, but he's really not. He's just eager and anxious, and he wants you to throw the toy. So that's what ended up happening, and it's like, well, whether he bit you or not, if that's what you felt, you should have seeked out me or my husband, which is his big brother. And thinking about it, it's like, I can definitely see through my mother-in-law's perspective of how she prefers me to talk to her before going to her son and attacking her son verbally, because that is how I felt watching my puppy get beaten with his toy. So that was a pretty valuable lesson worth learning. Then, of course, things settled down after they left, which was nice. We got our peace and quiet back in our house, which is like, yay, peace and quiet. I love it. over these 2 weeks, I ended up finding out that, my director, she mailed me these little postcards saying that, hey, congratulations on your promotion, because I promoted in my job. I went from an essential consultant with Sensi to a certified consultant. So I finally got my first promotion, and I'm very excited about that. I'm very proud of myself. I worked pretty hard to get there, and I wasn't planning to make it to certified until closer to when my husband comes home from deployment. That was my original goal. But I made it last month that I promoted. So it's like, I got to figure out a new goal now. So, yeah, right now my new goal for work is to promote to lead consultant. And part of that requires me to have an active frontline, which basically means I need to get somebody on my team that's underneath me and makes me their sponsor. So that's going to be my goal, and I'm not expecting to achieve that right away, but I am hoping to have some sort of progress with that at some point within a year's time from the 20th of June. So I'm hoping to have at least one person active on my team by that point. Also, that's happened within these 2 weeks. This past Tuesday, June 20th, was my 2-year anniversary with my husband. So, yay! We celebrated our anniversary, which was absolutely wonderful. We had a wonderful time. We went and we got professional photos done because I want to try and do family photos every year. And of course, with the bariatric surgery and all the weight that I've been losing, I figured the photos would be a good way to capture the moments and show me, all the progress that I've made, from point A to point B to point C and so on and so forth like that. So, yeah, I can't believe I've been on this journey for 6 months, y'all. I mean, wow, like mind-blowing. I've been on this journey for so long, and I can't believe I've been doing videos like this since January. I still find that a little hard to believe that I've been doing this for 6 months, but here I am, still doing it. You guys have been absolutely wonderful and supportive, but yeah, again, we went and we did photos. We posed. I wore some nice dress clothes, and he wore his dress blues for me because I don't have very many pictures of him in his dress uniform, and that was something that I really wanted to have pictures of because he looks really sharp in his uniform. So we got some professional photos like that. My original wedding dress that I got married in 2 years ago is getting too big. So we wore our wedding clothes for another set of photos with our photographer. And because I'm not going to be able to fit my wedding dress much longer, and the only way to continue to fit it is to have it altered. So I'm thinking about altering my dress, but I want to lose all the weight that I'm going to first, and then, have my kids and then see about getting it altered. But I don't know. Just because, I don't want to spend all the money to get it altered and then have to re-alter it back, And then we did casual clothes and posed with our dogs. And it was a lot of fun. It was hot outside, though. I mean, by the end, my hair was all curly and wet, and it was wet between the water because we gave the dogs water, and we were trying to cool them off along with ourselves. And so for me, it was a mix of I put water on my head plus sweat. So it was, yeah. I'm hoping those pictures do turn out good. The pictures that she has sent me back are absolutely beautiful. They are beautiful, and I absolutely love them. I find that they are gorgeous compared to the photos we did in October last year with another photographer. And the biggest difference that I've noticed between these people is their price and the work they put out. So the photographer we did in October, that was like $150 to $200 that we paid for, and all of the pictures I got back, I thought they looked horrible. There's no pictures of my husband smiling. She sent me pictures without his smile, with his eyes closed, or our mouths opened. And it's like, I don't want to sit there and look at a picture with my mouth gaping open at me. You know, that's just, why would somebody want that? So that was then, and then the photographer that we met with Tuesday, she captured a lot of beautiful photos, a lot of beautiful moments, and the pictures that she has sent me back are just, they're gorgeous, they're beautiful, I love them, and she only charged us $40. And it's like, you know, a lot of those things are like, you know, you get what you pay for. So, you know, I'm looking at the $40 quality work that she's giving me compared to the $200 I paid for in October, and it's like, you know, she's giving me better quality for the $40 I paid her compared to the $200 photographer. So it's like, you know, what gives? But I absolutely love the work that she's done so far for us, and I've already booked her for my husband's homecoming next year, so she can be there to capture our reunion, and it's going to be very, very sweet, and I know she's going to do an amazing job. I can't wait. So yeah, so getting on point with the whole bariatric journey, of course, I was on medication. I can't recall if I mentioned that in my last video, but I was on Prozac because I wanted something to help keep me calm with all of the stress and anxiety I've been dealing with from the pre-deployment stress, and of course the stress of having family come visit so close to him leaving. And I was on Prozac and clonazepam together. The clonazepam, it was half a pill as needed until the Prozac kicked in. And then the Prozac was 20 milligrams for 2 weeks, and then they wanted me to bump up to 40 milligrams and stay at 40 milligrams. But I'm gonna level with you guys. That shit left me so damn exhausted. It wasn't even funny. I mean, I was tired when I woke up. I was tired when I went to bed. And then once I bumped up to 40 milligrams, the only way I could get through my day was wanting to sleep all day. That's all I wanted to do. And so I contacted my new primary care provider. She's somebody that I worked with in the past, and I had some issues with her at the time, but I can definitely appreciate what she did for me back then now. So I definitely appreciate her a hell of a lot more than I did at the time. She flat out told me, she's like, we're getting you off the Prozac, we're getting you off the clonazepam. I don't like either of those drugs because they are very addicting and they cause a lot of problems for people. So she decided to put me on Zoloft. Our goal is to get up to 50 milligrams on the Zoloft and see how I do. And I can tell you guys right now, I've only been on the Zoloft. I've had it for 3 days. Tonight will be day 4. And I'm already starting to feel better. Plus, I've reintroduced an old love of mine, coffee. And this is just because I know I shouldn't have a lot of caffeine, and that is a concern. But with how tired I've been, I don't like feeling so sluggish and tired all freaking day. So, you know, until the Zoloft takes effect and until the Prozac is fully out of my system, coffee is my new best friend. I love my coffee. Good shit. Like, y'all really need to see that. But anyway, we did talk about a lot of things. I went and did a bunch of blood work on Wednesday because I had a fast. They're checking my lipids, cholesterol. They're checking, they're doing a full panel of blood work, so they're going to check my A1Cs, my thyroids. We're also checking, you know, my my blood count, my red blood cell count, my white blood cell count. We're checking for vitamin D because since I am going home, I want to make sure that, you know, my vitamin D levels are where they are supposed to be. And if they're not, you know, find out what I need to do to get them there. And then, of course, find out, you know, what I should be taking as a vitamin D supplement or if I need to be on a vitamin D medication. So it's just some things to try and figure out. And it's not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal. But, you know, with my home state of Alaska, it's not really my home state, but I feel like it's home. You know, and the total darkness, and I'm going to be there in the winter. It's like, you know, I don't want to become more depressed, and I don't want to have more issues since surgery. So I definitely want to get on top of that game before I even go. So taking care of that. And something that my provider brought up to me, which I find very interesting and wish I would have known sooner, is that a lot of people like me who have had the gastric bypass surgeries, we don't absorb vitamin B12 very well. And I found that very interesting because they told me that vitamin B12 is a vitamin supplement that I don't have to have, but if I want to, it's recommended and encouraged. So it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and take all the stuff that they are telling me to take, whether it's like you have to have it or you could. So what they told me in January was that, you know, you have to have a multivitamin. You have to have the calcium citrate, and it has to be the calcium citrate. So that's what I take. And they're like, you know, you can also add to that some vitamin B12 and biotin. And I went ahead, just added it all in there. It's like, you know, let's try and prevent the problems before they start. That was my goal. And what she brought to my attention about it is that we don't absorb it very well. So it's like, So part of the blood work is to check my vitamin B12 levels, because if I'm not absorbing it like I should be, then that's going to cause problems. I don't know what kind of problems, but it causes problems. So I'm actually very glad that I did get switched back to this provider, so that way she can get me on the right path and where I need to be. She knows definitely a lot more about how to deal with patients post-surgery than than my old provider knew, because she really didn't know much. She was really sweet and nice, but pretty ignorant when it came to trying to help me with medication and things like that. So yeah, I'm waiting on the results for that. I should definitely know by next week, if not when I go back and see her on the 5th of July. So I've got all that going on. And Monday, that's when I saw her, I weighed in at 268 pounds, which is 112 pounds down from where I was before surgery. So, yay! I'm 112 pounds down. So that's pretty exciting, and it's encouraging, to say the least. It's definitely that boost that you need, you know? Like, I just don't keep a scale in my house, so I never know. I never know what I weigh, because we lose in inches and men lose in pounds. So I didn't see the point. But yeah, I am down. I'm probably past that by now, but I'm not trying to jinx myself, and I'm just gonna wait it out. I don't see the point in trying to step on the scale to see, have I made it? Have I made it? Have I made it? No. I get excited when I actually step on a scale and actually get to see my progress, but I think stepping on it daily would just cause me too much torture. So anyway, I think this video has carried on way longer than I intended to, but I had a lot to share with you guys from my in-laws visiting to our anniversary to actually updating about the bariatric journey. And yeah, you guys are kind of like a little mini journal kind of thing, almost. But all the good stuff is like in my actual journal in my bedroom. So yeah, you guys don't need to know that. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I will update again. Oops, wrong button. On the 6th of July will be the next video. And so that will be the next segment to the bariatric journey. And next week I will be doing a follow-up on the Ipsy Glam Bag products. So if you guys are interested in that, then stay tuned for next week. And if you guys only watch this, then I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye, guys.